this is Big Willie from ForeverAProtector, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Echo 1 Task Force Black 1 RIS. Now, inside the box you will find your basic essentials and the gun, of course. First thing first, a jamming rod or a cleaning rod. You can slip through the cloth here, wrap it around with silicone, you can clean the rod. Or on this side you can use a poker and unjam your gun. Then you have your polymer vertigrip. It's very sturdy and strong if you lock it in the right place. Next, you have your 1200 mAh 8.4 volt mini battery. This is a very good battery, but I do recommend getting a larger one, but it does make it easier to use this little one because larger ones you have to wiggle into the gun. Next, you have your basic mini battery wall charger. Nothing special, just a wall charger. Now, moving deeper into the box. Metal high cap magazine, 200 rounds. For those of you guys who don't know, the slot, as in every high cap magazine, a trap door where you can load your BBs in, and then a wheel on the bottom so you can load them into place. I know a lot of people are having trouble trying to figure out how many times to wind the wheel on this magazine. It's very simple. You just keep winding it until you start feeling tension until it gets to a point where it's like it's going to stop. Then you stop there. Okay, now let's get into the detail of the gun, starting with the stock. The stock is made of a high quality polymer, just as the lower receiver, but I'll get to that in a sec. Now, on the stock you have a sling mount, which is always great, and you have where you can find your battery in the butt plate. You just push down on the butt plate, which is made of rubber, so it is nice and strong. And right there, you find your wires, poke them out, put the battery in, and pop them back in. Put it back on. It is a little difficult to do it with one hand. Put it back on, boom, just slide it back up. Okay, now this lower receiver is made of a high polymer plastic, just the same as the stock. It's very sturdy, same as the handle. The motor can be found inside the handle right there. Now it has three functions, of course. You have safety, semi, and auto. On full auto, you can shoot 5 to 6 BBs per second, which is really good depending on your rate of fire of your battery. Your iron sight is made of metal. I know a lot of people have iron sights that are made of plastic, but this is made of metal. And what you want to use is the smallest hole for daytime, because what that does is it allows you to only focus on your enemy. What you do is you look through the hole, through the very point of your other sight, just to see the enemy. This is a military tactic. I know a lot of people say look through the bigger hole so you can see your BBs, which is good, but that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Alright, another thing that is a plus on this gun, rail mount. The top rail mount, if you were to buy this separately, will cost you about 20 to 50 bucks. This gun, it is included with it, and it is sturdy as a rock when you tighten the bolts. You may have to tighten the bolts on the gun, but you have to be careful not to tighten too much or you can break the bolts. Now, of course, you have where your magazine fits. There is a little wiggle in the magazine, but that's not too bad. You can put a little electrical tape here somewhere and it'll be fine. To take it off, you just flip the lever, it comes right off. Put it back on. Very simple too. Now there is a little wiggle in the stock as well. It's not as bad as the magazine, but that's not a big deal either. Now we're going to move on to the front. As you see, I loaded the vertigrip on. It's nice and sturdy as a rock, and it comes with rail mounts all around the side, one on the bottom and two on the sides. This also includes rail covers on both sides, which will save you about $10 extra, and a flash hider. The flash hider is a little difficult to take off with one hand, so I'm not going to do that for demonstration. But underneath is the same, just a shorter barrel with the orange tip on the side for legal reasons. And to find your hop up, what you do is you pull back on this lever, lock into place, and I'll show you on the other side what it looks like. Alright, on the other side, this is an ambidextrous gun, which means it's for lefties and righties. On the other side you have the lever, same. This doesn't change anything. Alright, now you can see I already pulled the lever back and it exposes the hop up. Now the hop up is right here. This little lever, you see this point? That's where the hop up. What you do is you pull that back and forth to adjust the hop up. I adjusted mine perfectly, so I'm not going to touch it. Last thing to mention is I got my gun off of Airsoft GI's website. Very good website. You can find all your beginning stuff. You can even find your advanced weapons, find some tactical gear, tactical boots, optics, whatever you need. I got my gun for about $215. I got my BBs for about $11.50 for 5,000, which is not bad. That's a pretty good. But I do suggest getting more BBs because 5,000 isn't really a lot. Now, if I didn't mention before, the upper receiver part is metal, and this is a pretty good gun. I mean, it has a good solid weight to it. It's about 6.5 pounds, which may be too heavy for some of you guys, but I like it. It'll build up good arm muscles. Now, one note to take on this gun is the battery is loud. This is a very loud gun, and it's not good for like sneaking up on somebody. I do recommend, however, getting another battery, possibly the same kind, just in case, you know, the battery may function poorly in battle. And these mini batteries don't last necessarily as long. I also recommend another magazine because after all, this is only 200 rounds. The FPS is about 385 plus, which is well above CQB regulated, but it is a CQB gun. I don't see how, but it is field regulated, so that's a plus. So if you ever find a place where this can be allowed in a CQB fight, you got a good CQB gun and a field weapon. And this is Big Willie from ForeverAProtector. Thanks for watching.